Hello guys, and welcome to another Mario Kart Double Dash live stream. And today I am actually doing it with mods, so let's go ahead and check it out. So I actually patched in a few different mods on here, like a few custom tracks, custom characters, and different things. So on the custom characters, I actually downloaded a few more since the video that I posted. So I have Goomba, Drybones, Shrek, and King Bob-omb. I think I only showed off Goomba and Drybones so far in the video. So I was gonna try to get some other ones, like there was like a Shadow Peach one based on Thousand Year Door, and then there was one for N64 Mario and Luigi, but for some reason that didn't work. But right now I'm gonna do Shrek and Drybones. And I think I'll do the pipe for now. Yeah, I'm gonna go through the different cups. I haven't replaced all of the tracks here, but I did replace most of them, like Mushroom Cup here. I'll just start off with this. The only one that I didn't replace was Baby Park, because there wasn't really a replacement for that. So let's go ahead and check it out. So here's 3DS Toad Circuit. And if you want a link to this, check out my video that I made about this recently. There's a wiki for the Double Dash mods that has most of these mods on it. Surprised there isn't anyone in the chat yet. Must be a slow day today. I usually don't stream on Tuesdays, so that might be why. Does everything sound okay? Mario Kart Double Dash finally getting some love. Yeah, I've been playing this game a lot recently. Like last month I did that one stream about this game, and then now I'm playing the mods for it. I didn't know up until like a few months ago that this game even had like a modding scene. So I kind of decided to check it out, and it's pretty cool. I mean, there's definitely a lot more for like games like Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii, but it's still cool to see that there are actually some mods in this game. Shrek and Mario Kart Double Dash model. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they actually have a Shrek mod. But they also have like a bunch of other ones. Like for example, I'm also using Drybones. Okay, so that was 3DS Toad Circuit. You know, I actually think this is, I think it actually looks better than it does in 8 Deluxe, because 8 Deluxe, like at least this version actually has like textures. I mean, sure, they're the Mario Kart Double Dash textures, but they still look good. So she said, somebody modded 9-volt and Dribble and Wii. That would be cool to see, like, something like that for this game. I know Wii has like a ton of mods and different things, but and I have played some mods for Wii, and then also Mario Kart 7 as well, CTGP 7. But I've been checking out Double Dash because I think it's a pretty underrated game to mod. I think someone's working on a mod right now that actually like includes like a lot of characters from Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. And yeah, this track is the blooper race from Super Mario Sunshine. It's kind of cursed that you drive on the water here, but it's still pretty cool. Dribble and Spitz are the perfect candidates for Mario Kart. Yeah, they would make a lot of sense in Double Dash too, because they're like two characters. Like any character that has like a counterpart makes a lot of sense in Mario Kart Double Dash. I mean the fact that they're also like actually in a car in the games that they're in makes a lot of sense for Mario Kart as well. I kind of drifted into that one there, but let's see. I think the blooper race is one of the earlier tracks that were modded into Double Dash, because I think it wasn't until like a lot later that they actually put more Mario Kart tracks or like retro tracks into Double Dash. I have run into a couple errors when trying to add things to this game, because when I tried to add Rosalina with voice, there was a mod for Rosalina with voices. It corrupted the game audio for some reason. And then whenever I tried to change Daisy's model, like a mod that changes Daisy's model, for some reason it corrupts the audio in a similar way. I believe Mona would too, since she rides a scooter. Yeah. I played Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Okay, so here's one of the tracks that isn't modded, just a regular one, Baby Park. Yeah, that was kind of annoying. I feel like this game in Wii, it's really easy to get, like, behind, because there's, like, a lot of, broken items. I mean, I guess that's the same way for DS as well. Kind of, basically the 2000s Mario Kart games. Nine Volt would be like Pac Jr. in World Rally, where he rides a skateboard instead of a cart. Yeah, that would be cool. The Meiji would mod Pikachu in Smash Brawl Project M. Instead of giving out Thunderbolt, he throws acorns. Okay, so here's Calamari Desert. I think this one is based on the version from Mario Kart 7. At first I thought this was the song was the version from 8 Deluxe. Because I mean, so these are updated frequently, some of these, but it's actually a remix from YouTube. Well, it's from the there's this one person who remixes a lot of Mario Kart track themes. I forgot what his channel was called, but I really like the remixes that he does. But this is one of them. I like how you drive on the track in this section here. It's not exactly like how driving on the track works in Tour and 8 Deluxe, but it's just like a little segment, which is pretty cool. Aside from Dribble and 9-Volt, I only saw a mod for Crygore. Has there been any mods for, I know this would probably only be like a texture change, but like, are there any for, Wario with his biker outfit? Also, the train is here, but it doesn't move. Maybe eventually they'll find a way, but as of right now, it doesn't. That's why I think things like tracks like Waluigi Pinball probably won't be added in the Double Dash anytime soon. Though I would like to see something like Coconut Mall sometime soon. I know it has the cars, but I mean, they could just pull an 8 Deluxe, or 8 Deluxe Wave 1. I know they do move in the new update, but if they're gonna put it in Double Dash, maybe they could just do the same thing. There is an 8 Deluxe. It was in Mankalore's WarioWare style Mario Kart video. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on to the next cup. Actually, I think I'll do King Bob-omb Goomba this time. So the next one has Moonview Highway, Choco Island 2, Daisy Circuit, and then only one that isn't changed is Waluigi Stadium. I'm not sure if any arcade tracks were ported over to the Double Dash yet. I think that would be cool, though. I think it's cool to see Wii tracks in Double Dash. And this one actually works fairly well, because there's actually, because both Wii and Double Dash have had moving cars. So it kind of works out here. And I mean, they both have the bomb cars as well, so which are also here. So basically, this really isn't too different from the one from Wii. Like, they really didn't have to make that many changes here. I feel like this is one of the most underrated tracks from Wii. Like, I just really like it overall. I know it can definitely be pretty similar and compared to like Mushroom City or Shroom Ridge, tracks like that, but I think it's pretty cool. And the music is really good too. Okay. Oh yeah, the one thing that was changed was the gates, but that's not really that big of a change. But most memorable aspects of this track were basically kept intact for Double Dash, it seems. I like how I can just drive on the side there. It's kind of cool. For the longest time, I didn't know the mushroom car had like actually had mushrooms in it when you ran into it. I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Repack made me realize Orson is one of the most lovable things in existence. Sorry, I meant Talkman Ghost. But yeah, Orson is one of my favorite Pac-Man characters, honestly. I'd have to play, World 3 sometime. I know I've heard, like, a lot of mixed opinions about that game, but I do want to at least play it. But I do think Orson is a pretty cool character. I think it was weird that they called him Talkman Ghost in Repack. I really hope they, like, fix that in an update, or, like, the update where they, because, Bandai Namco said they were gonna add, like, possibly update the game to have, the credit the original creators of the game, or of the original game. So I hope they actually change, or add in Orson's name if they update the game. I felt that was kind of weird. I mean, someone did point it out. Like, I think it was in that same thread. So I hope they do change it eventually. I just thought that was kind of weird. I'm not sure if that was like an oversight or something. I don't know. That's like the Talkman Ghost thing. Like, imagine if they remake Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, and they just like basically like rename a bunch of the characters. Like Admiral Bobbery is now just Admiral Bob-omb, and then Goombella is Goomba Researcher or something like that, and then they just give them the most generic names while possibly keeping some aspects of the design. Vivian's just Purple Shadow Girl. I'm not sure what they would call Koops. Maybe Koopa Boy or something like that? I mean, they wouldn't really have to change the Yoshi's name at all. I mean, that's already kind of like a name that you can give that character, but... That's basically kind of the equivalent to, how they changed, Orson's name, or at least left out Orson's name in Repack. But honestly, I feel like if they somehow decided to keep the restrictions when in Paper Mario, if they decided to remake Thousand Year Door, that would, I mean, it would be kind of sad, but it would be funny, if they made, like, I mean, it's funny when we talk about it now, but it would be pretty disappointing if they actually changed the names of the characters if they remade the game. But just thinking how modern Paper Mario calls, like, certain characters, by, like, their job rather than, like, having actual names. And also, I think Daisy Circuit looks pretty good here. It's another Wii track. I feel like some of these Wii tracks fit surprisingly well. I just had an idea earlier relating to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, like with how this track, is based on, like, they have the statues with Daisy and Luigi and everything. I was thinking, what if there was a mod, like in Mario Kart Wii or something, that changed this to, be Xenoblade 3 themed, and instead of Daisy and Luigi, it's, Noah and Mio, and it's called Mio Circuit, and they changed the music to be something related to Xenoblade 3. Or just a whole mod for, like, Mario Kart Wii or Double Dash that adds, Xenoblade 3 characters. There is a mod that, for Mario Kart Wii that adds, Xenoblade 1 characters. I think it has, like, a bunch of them. But, like, Shulk, Ricky, Dunban, and then a few others, I think. If we never had Mario restrictions, Orbulon, would abduct Brighton and Twilia while Bowser, fought Friendly Floyd, over another one of his deals. Okay, so here's the other one that hasn't changed. Also, with Mario restrictions, I feel like they're mainly in Paper Mario. I feel like things have been improving in, like, other aspects of Mario, because I do think things like Battle League are kind of improving, the amount of creativity in Mario, or also even the other Mario sports games. I know they do have problems, like, with content and everything, but I do think they have been a little more creative, like, with characters that they're adding. Like, they have, Mario Golf Super Rush had Snow King, which is, like, a completely new villain. And then there's, I think Mario Tennis Aces also had some original villains. The Mario Party Superstars brought back, some more obscure Mario enemies, like, Mr. I, and I forgot, like, what the other ones. There's like a few enemies they brought back, and then they also had a 3D model for Sniff It. Wow, I got hit 3 times there. 4 times. Wow. That was kind of unlucky there. But, as I was saying, yeah, Mario Party Superstars also brought back, Woody, and then the evil Woody. So I do think things have been getting better. Paper Mario just really needs to improve, though. There was a Yoshi Story comic, where the other Yoshis thought a black Yoshi had a disease skin. Oh, wow. Wow. When they found out his natural color, they just abandoned him. Wow. I think I remember seeing that. That's insane. I can't believe that was an actual. Yeah, I remember seeing that. That is insane. I can't believe that was an actual. I can't believe that was an actual comic. Like, I saw that on Twitter before. I was like, okay, so now on to the next cup here. I think I'll do Dry Bones and Goomba like I did for the video. Oh, and here's the Thomas cart here. So, this one has New York Minute, which is pretty cool, which is actually, I think it's cool to see a tour track in Double Dash. I think that remix of Frappe Snowland sounds pretty good. Or I guess also Sherbet Land as well. But that's is all. I mean, it would be kind of confusing if there was if Sherbet Land 64 was in this game, since or at least modded into this game, because there would be two of them basically. Because there's also the Double Dash. I wonder if at any point, Sherbet Land was going to be like a reoccurring Mario Kart track, kind of like Bowser's Castle or Rainbow Road, because it was in 64 and Double Dash. I mean, I feel like that would be a bit weird for like a reoccurring track, because it has a more distinct name. Though I do think it would be cool to see like another reoccurring track in the Mario Kart series. But it would have to be like a theme, like a general theme they could change between games. Well, I guess Mario Circuit's kind of a... But that's... I know like this... Other than like the circuits or... Because Mario Circuit's really just a... That really doesn't really signify much in the game. I mean, sometimes it can be pretty similar, but that doesn't... It's really just a generic track name. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people will do with Double Dash next in terms of modding. Because, I mean, so far, what we've seen is pretty good. Also, did any of you hear about Mario Kart Tour taking out the gacha system? Like I think it's like the pipe thing that they're taking out. I'm glad they're taking that out. I know they could do other things, like basically overprice the characters that are that they're adding into the games, but I think it would be... I think it's good that they're taking out like this predatory system. It like one of the main issues with the game. I saw a Yoshi Story Iceberg video today. Okay, so this one is based on New York Minute. I think it's pretty cool to see a tour track in Double Dash. And I mean, I think this one makes the most sense, since it's similar to Mushroom City. And also, there's multiple paths in this as well. It's not exactly like, the one in 8 Deluxe where you can just change the path. You can actually just take another path here, which is pretty cool. Like, it still has the thing where you go through the building here. I think this will probably be updated eventually, because that's kind of... doesn't really have textures there. Oh, that's a dead end. I didn't see that. I thought that was just another path. Well, good thing this actually has 4 laps, so I can still... Oh, I'm in first, okay. I didn't see that I got ahead there. I heard of the battle inclusion, gambling axing in Luigi Raceway and Tour. Yeah, yeah, I think the battle, like, the fact that they're adding, battle mode is pretty cool. And I did see Luigi Raceway, I feel like it could have looked a little better. I feel like it does look a bit generic. I mean, it's always been kind of generic, but I feel like I hope it's not added to the booster course pass, because it doesn't really look like it basically kind of looks like the version that was in 7. They didn't really, I mean, that's kind of expected for Tour, but I guess it's cool to see it in there anyway. Speaking of 64 tracks, I think this one was pretty well implemented in the Double Dash. It has more of the 64 look to it opposed to the Mario Kart 7 version, but I still think it looks cool. And by Mario Kart 7 version, I meant not for this obviously, but for Calamari Desert. And I mean, that kind of makes sense that they wouldn't use an updated version of this, because the updated version is from Mario Kart 8, and that really wouldn't work. Okay. I think some of these billboards are new, because like have completely new textures, or at least ones from more recent games, because the one I saw one with Peach, or like that one kind of, that looks like more recent artwork. Okay. kind of going along with like the last track that I played on with New York Minute. I I hope there's I hope there's going to be more tour theme tracks for the modding of this game. I think that would be interesting to see. That kind of pushed me forward a little bit when I got hit by that shell there, but okay. I like Luigi Raceway because it's the first track that I ever played in general. Not that they would ever do this, but wouldn't it be cool if Nintendo released new games for old consoles and handhelds? Yeah, that would actually be kind of interesting. Like, I'm not sure how that they would pull it off, but I think that's still kind of an interesting idea. Also, it's the track used when we saw Tony Soprano play Mario Kart 64 with just the analog stick. Yeah, I feel like whenever they play, like when it's funny when you see people play games on like, shows or movies and different things, it's usually they never play it the correct way. Like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of like when you give, someone, well, when you give someone, like this little kid, like an unplugged controller, and they just press random buttons. I know that's a cruel thing to do, but I know I've heard stories of people doing that to their younger siblings, so... So this is Delfino Square. The only change that I think they made to this is the bridge, because the bridge doesn't go up this time. I think it would be cool if more of these tracks used, had remixes that used, like, double dash instruments. I mean, it's still cool anyway that they have, like, the music and everything that fits, but I think it would be cool if they actually... I know there's a couple that actually use double dash instruments, like, New York Minute I think, had double dash instruments, but, a lot of these are just remixes. But I do think it's cool to hear the music anyway. This is cool to see in Double Dash. Yeah. I think a lot of these from DS and Wii are pretty cool to see in Double Dash, and I think they work pretty well. I'm way ahead of the CPUs right now. They either never play correctly, or they play, Atari 2600 Pac-Man. Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna do 150cc. I'll do Dry Bones and Shrek. Okay, so here's the last cup, and they're also all... Actually, there's a couple interesting custom ones. Actually, 3 of these are custom ones, and then 1 is SNES Rainbow Road. Yeah, this is one of the custom tracks. And I think it's just 1 lap here. I see that there's some Zelda references here. But I think Daisy Cruiser was also in the background of part of this track. Okay, that was a pretty short track, because it's only 1 lap there. I feel like that could have been 2 laps, because it's about as long as Wario Coliseum, but I guess it's fine as 1 lap. Yeah, Daisy Cruiser was in the background there. Here's Funky Kong's Hideaway. I'm pretty sure someone has modded Funky Kong into this game. There's also Funky Kong themed Goombas. I think this is a pretty cool track. Okay. Playing as Shrek on a Funky Kong themed track is the most Mario Kart Wii thing ever, yet this is in Double Dash. The only thing I've seen on the Double Dash wiki, other than this relating to Funky Kong, is Funky Kong Goomba being a playable character, but I haven't seen anything with Funky Kong. But I have seen videos of Double Dash mods where Funky Kong is playable, so... You know what I find interesting? In the 2000s, when the Donkey Kong franchise was in a very weird state, that's the time they went all out with Donkey Kong references in Mario games. I just think that's kind of weird. Like, you'd think they would have done that in, like around the early 2010s when, I mean, they kind of did. They kind of had some references in some of the, early 2010s Mario games, but they didn't have any of the other characters other than Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. So I feel like it was kind of weird how they went all out in the 2000s with the Donkey Kong references, like K. Rool being playable, Critters being in Mario Strikers, stuff like that. I think it was kind of interesting how they actually kind of connected Donkey Kong and Mario. When the state of the Donkey Kong franchise was just really weird at that time. Hey Anton Retro, you can join the stream if you want. Funky Goomba? Yes. Yeah, there's a Funky Kong Goomba, which is kind of weird. So here's Giga Bowser's Core, which is another custom track. I think this one's pretty cool. It kind of has a lot of the aspects you'd expect from a Bowser's Castle in Mario Kart, which is pretty nice. But it kind of has its own unique spin on it. Yeah, but this is a pretty cool track. This already reminds me of Mario Galaxy. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Mario Galaxy a little bit. Oh, I saw a 1,000-Year Door reference and a Sunshine reference there because it had Shadow Peach and or the Shadow Queen Peach, and then I also saw Mecha Bowser from Sunshine. Okay, I need to check something. Okay. But yeah, I think this is a pretty cool track. Yeah, I like the references here. I believe that level was called Bowser's Dark Matter Plant. Oh, so Anton Retro, will you be able to join the stream soon? Also, the final track here is SNES Rainbow Road. I think this is the version from 7. It kind of looks like the version from 7. I just got pushed off like that. Truly a double dash moment. Okay, I'll call you real quick. Hey!
Hey, what's up?
So yeah, have you seen the Double Dash custom tracks that I've been playing?
Yeah, I think some of the original ones are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there's some remakes as well.
Yeah, I feel like Double Dash modding is kind of underrated.
We never really talked about it. It's mainly the other games.
Yeah.
The DS, Savage,
Especially Wii.
Yeah.
There's a mod that I want to play sometime for Mario Kart Wii that replaces some of the characters with characters from the first Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I just found that. I was just curious. I was like, is there a Mario Kart mod that replaces the characters with Xenoblade characters?
I'm gonna have to check that out too. Yeah, obviously there's that one where it's like Waluigi just running.
Yeah.
That one's funny too.
I feel like SNES Rainbow Road's kind of hard in Double Dash because of the physics.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Double Dash physics, so I don't really play that game too much.
I like it in some areas, but then other areas like this, it can be weird. Like, it works for bigger tracks, like, much wider tracks it works, but, very narrow tracks like this, it can be kind of annoying.
Yeah, for sure. It can be pretty weird. Also, speaking of Xenoblade, I actually finished Xenoblade Chronicles.
Nice! Yeah, it's one of my favorite games of all time now.
It was really good, yeah. I really enjoyed it. I think it's probably, like, it's the best playing Xenoblade game.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of Xenoblade 3, I was talking about this earlier. I think it was before you I think this was before you checked out or clicked on the stream. So basically I was talking about Daisy Circuit, and it kind of gave me an idea for a Xenoblade mod where it replaces it replaces the things in that track with things from Xenoblade 3, because it's kind of centered around Luigi and Daisy. So I think it would have been interesting if there was like a mod that replaces that with Noah and Mio, and they called the track Mio Circuit, and had Xenoblade music and then some Xenoblade like background things. I think that's a pretty cool idea for a mod.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really. I mean, it still looks kind of like Mario stuff, so you'd have to change it.
Yeah, and then I guess like for some other tracks, I think it would be like, because I think the thing that kind of gave me the idea for like a mod that basically replaces like the things from Mario Kart with like kind of Xenoblade themed things is like basically there's this mod for Double Dash actually that's replacing all the tracks with kind of like Thousand Year Door themed elements. and they're also replacing the characters with characters from the Thousand Year Door. And I thought that looked pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few original tracks, but then some of them are, like, remixed versions of tracks that are already in Double Dash with, like, a Thousand Year Door theming to them. Like, I think there's, like, I forgot, I'm not sure, I think there was, like, one that replaces, Mushroom City with, like, a more Roadport-themed track.
Yeah.
But, there were actually...
The Paper Mario tracks would be pretty
Yeah, there were actually, like, a few characters that were already released for that mod. There was, Shadow Peach. But, for some reason, I couldn't get that to work, because whenever I try to replace Daisy's model, the game just corrupts all the audio files, which is really weird.
Yeah.
I think that can happen sometimes with certain models that are replaced.
Yeah, it's kind of cool if people are able to do.
Yeah, I think it would be... And with the track that I'm currently playing, I think it's really cool how they actually implemented some Mario Kart Wii tracks into Double Dash. And I think they work surprisingly well, like, at least the ones that don't have as many moving parts. Or, well, moving parts that don't exist in Double Dash. Like, Moonview Highway can work, because Double Dash actually has the mechanic for moving cars in all the models and different things. But other ones like Waluigi Pinball probably wouldn't... Well, I know that's a DS track, but I don't think that would really work. Because of certain moving parts.
I mean, I don't think moving parts would be that. You mean for Double Dash?
Yeah.
Right? Put in Double Dash. I guess in the mod you haven't really seen anything moving.
Yeah, because in Calamari Desert, the train doesn't actually move. They just have like a train model that's put in different areas. The only moving parts that can actually work are like the cars, and there's like and also like things like Shy Guys and Goombas and different
Stuff that already exists in the
Yeah.
game. I see.
Have you seen the
Alright, yeah.
the Thomas cart that I was using?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's the
Let's see. Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, I seen it before. You were using it with they were like dry bones.
Yeah.
It was like it's earlier before. Yeah, it's funny.
I think most of the SNES tracks, well, at least most of the SNES themes, were put into Double Dash. Same with Super Circuit as well, but I think Mario Kart Wii has like 3 or 4 tracks so far. There's also Rainbow Road that was ported as well, but I already use that slot that it replaced for SNES Rainbow Road. And then for DS, I know it has Delfino Plaza, and I think there's also Peach Gardens that they remade in Double Dash. There's a few others. And then there's also the original tracks as well.
That's cool. And you got Moonview Highway.
Yeah.
In there, you got
And then also Daisy Circuit for Wii.
ones. Rainbow Road. I'm just kind of going for everything here. Peach Beach is that's in GameCube as well. But is it the Wii version here, or is it just like for the titles? For the screen here.
I do.
Oh, it's probably just for the end. The congratulations thing.
Yeah.
The Real Raceway. Daisy Circuit. Calamari Desert looks very different.
Yeah, I think they used the 7 version for that. The thing that they changed is you actually drive on part of, well, I mean, not exactly like how it is in Tour or 8 Deluxe where you drive on the track. It's only like it's like an actual section of the track is kind of on the train tracks there, which is kind of interesting. And the train doesn't move.
Hmm.
So I think it's mostly based on the Mario Kart 7 version.
Yeah.
Like, some of these tracks have to be based on the Mario Kart 7 versions of them, because I think that's easier to port over into Double Dash due to, like, how it's, like, laid out and everything, and I think some Wii tracks can also work. Because it
Yeah.
kind of depends on how demanding the track is, probably. Yeah, and here's Daisy's circuit.
Cool.
Before I actually knew about Double Dash mods, I always wondered if there were, like, people modding this game. Because, I mean, like, there's basically mods for every Mario Kart game, but I just haven't seen anything about Double Dash before I looked into it.
Yeah, Double Dash, people don't really ever talk about mods. For
Yeah,
that. Kinda
it's weird because the mods are really cool for this game. Is this like... Because I feel like Mario Kart Double Dash, I really like it because it's very unique compared to the other Mario Kart games. Like, with how it controls and everything. And the physics are also very different from Wii and DS. So I always thought it would be interesting, like, to see mods. Also, about drifting, which drifting style do you prefer? Like the ones from the older games, like DS and earlier, or the newer drifting system from Wii and the newer games? Okay, so the last track in here is, like I said earlier, it's like, there's only a couple that I didn't change. Okay. So I heard that this track, through the leaks and everything, was likely going to be added in, the next wave or the booster course pass for, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think that would be nice to see.
Yeah. We're probably gonna get the. Probably gonna announce that in a few months' time.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't expect it at the next direct.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna... Like, if they're gonna show anything, I think they would maybe show, like, either, like, a release month and then maybe, like, a singular track, like, as a teaser, kind of. I think that's unlikely, but...
Honestly, I don't think they're gonna show anything. I think that's something that they're gonna ignore.
Yeah.
And then I think when it comes down to November, they're gonna give us a trailer, and that's it.
Yeah,
I don't expect them to show anything related to it, just like they did, because they did it like a month. You know, they did in July, and then it came out a bit later, right?
Yeah.
So if they're gonna do it, it's gonna be in November. So probably gonna have to wait.
What I do think they'll show is like an update for Mario Strikers.
Yeah, that's very likely. I think what we're gonna see at the direct is we're gonna see probably the next NSO stuff.
Yeah.
Because they want to show, they're gonna show that 100%. We're gonna I don't exactly know what they're gonna show, but it's probably gonna be like Like I'm thinking it will be a Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. And that will be really it. I don't think they're gonna do much. I'm not expecting that much.
Yeah, and if they're gonna do anything related to GameCube on the Switch, I don't think it will be through Nintendo Switch Online. I heard recently, I know...
There's too much value.
Yeah, I think I heard like a rumor recently. I know I don't really always go off of rumors, but I heard something about like remasters of GameCube games, so they might be doing something like where they release like upgraded versions of GameCube games on the eShop. Like Metroid Prime, the Zelda games, and then Pikmin, I heard in a rumor. And then eventually they could possibly do games like the Thousand Year Door, and Kirby Air Ride, and different things like that. I think that would be really interesting if Nintendo decided to go that route. And hopefully, like, they charge the game... They have, like, a reasonable price for each games. Like, considering that they make some changes and kind of, like, have widescreen or online support for, like, multiplayer games, I think it's reasonable to expect, like, maybe, like, $20 per game.
See, that'd be reasonable. That'd be that would be really good because, you know, a lot of people want to play those games that they don't have access to.
I think...
But then we're definitely gonna see something. We're gonna see something from Switch Online.
Yeah,
sure.
And I think it's probably gonna be like Game Boy Advance or something like that. I think if there's a possibility that they might do something like with they have the regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color on the base NSO, and then they have Game Boy Advance on the expansion pack. They might do something like that.
Yeah, they might do that. That seems like an easy way for them to add more value to the...
Because the base pass, I think, like, Game Boy games would still work for that, because, I mean, the Game Boy games really aren't that... I mean, they're fun, but they're not really that valuable. So I think it would still be, like, it would still make sense to add them to the base NSO, and then Game Boy Advance games, they're definitely a lot bigger, and it would kind of make sense for them to put it on the expansion pack.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't really be very excited by Game Boy games, even though I'd probably be really excited, and honestly, I'd like to see them very much, but a lot of people probably, it wouldn't be enough to sell for a lot of people, so if they did a Game Boy Advance as well, make everyone happy.
Yeah.
I think them doing both would be the best idea. So I think that's what we're gonna see. And then, I think, yeah, we're gonna see NSO stuff. And then probably we're gonna see I know there's rumors about Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. I think they're gonna do a Zelda segment at the end.
Yeah.
That's an easy
and I could
segment.
definitely see them showcase like Breath of the Wild 2, because they didn't have a chance to do it this year, well, at E3, because there wasn't an E3 and Nintendo didn't do anything during the summer. So I think
honestly, it'd be kind of funny if it'd be kind of funny if he's like, oh, here's like Anuma, he just says, oh, here's Twilight Princess and Wind Waker,
and then
releasing, you know, in a bundle, and then he's like, we're doing this because Zelda Breath of the Wild has been delayed for like to like the end of 2023, and we like, oh, we're like, we hope this will keep you a little while longer.
And then they reveal Metroid Prime HD, and then they say Metroid Prime 4 will release in 2025.
has been cancelled.
Or has been canceled.
For the foreseeable future. We have no, they won't say that. It'll be like, we have no plans to further develop this title. That'll be like what they say. They're not gonna say it's canceling, it'll just be like, we have no plans to further develop this title. And then everybody will be like, and then we're gonna see the Mario movie.
Or they say the real Metroid Prime 4 was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. We decided to use the resources for something else entirely. Yeah, that would be the bad.
Yeah, they say instead of Metroid Prime 4, we decided to make a new game. We decided to develop a new game entirely.
Like Metroid Prime Federation
2.
4.
Or yeah. And then
No, it'd be called Metroid Prime 4 Federation.
And then
This game that takes place in the Metroid Prime 4 spot is even better.
And then they said and then they come on the screen and then they say we have big plans for our next Mario game, but it's not Super Mario Odyssey 2. Here, take a look. And then it's New Super Mario Bros. 3, and it's exactly like New Super Mario Bros. U and Wii, just like barely anything. And they just add like one new power-up instead of like Odyssey 2. It's just like New Super Mario Bros. 3.
That would be that'd be not as good. That'd be like well, I mean, if it's interesting for sure, but if it's like bland and not as interesting,
Yeah,
then
yeah, I'd actually like to see a completely original 2D Mario game, like with a different art style and like a lot of changes. But I really hope Nintendo doesn't do like another generic New Super Mario Bros. I don't really think they would do that, because it would basically be the same as New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is already on the Switch. So I mean, I feel like
yeah, they already have that game on there, so there's no need to have like both.
I feel like
games.
Nintendo even has their limits for generic games like that at some point.
Yeah. Because even another thing, New Super Mario Bros. U is a different console game. Even though you can still play New Super Mario Bros. U on the same system, but that's beyond the point. So yeah, we'll see what their plans are to do.
I know it might be a little early to talk about the next Mario Maker game, but I think it would be really interesting if the next Mario Maker game was like Super Mario Maker 3D, and was basically like the only reason I could see them making that game on the Switch, along with Mario Maker 2, well, along with coexisting with Mario Maker 2, is if it was only 3D and it was not really a replacement for Mario Maker 2.
Yeah. It'd be pretty cool to see them, go with the 3D right with that. But I think we're a while away from another game in the series of Mario Maker stuff.
I would say probably on the next Nintendo system, or whatever, or like a Switch. If they decide to upgrade the Switch incrementally, like with the 3DS or TS, I feel like it could be on whatever next major upgrade there is. Also, something related to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the voice actor for Noah actually recently posted on Twitter again, because he has a Twitter account, but he hasn't used it for years. And he actually recently made a tweet on there, and there were like a lot of Xenoblade fans that were that saw it, so I thought that was pretty cool.
I guess we don't probably want to wait for a direct, so
Yeah.
I wonder what we're gonna see.
I hope they reveal more information about the Xenoblade 3 DLC.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think they're going to. I mean, I feel the only thing we might see is that story thing, but I'm not gonna expect anything from that though. I'm gonna expect them to do it just like how they did Torna, which was like quite a bit, like a year later.
Oh yeah.
It's too early. The game is way too like new for them to show something like. I know there's like the different waves, and they could show like the next hero, but I don't think. I feel like that's like a Twitter thing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go and expect.
Or
that
possibly.
at all. I just expect like to wait like a year or so until we actually see something.
Or possibly the February directs. I feel like that because they have shown like DLC for games that released the previous year at some like February directs in the past.
Yeah, but the DLC for like the story stuff they said would be by September 31st, 2023, and it'll be the last thing. So it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, probably E3 next year if that happens.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. That's when they did Torna's announcement.
Yeah,
Right?
I was back in 2017, 2018. I wasn't really too big into Xenoblade. It wasn't until Definitive Edition that I got into it. So
yeah,
I didn't really pay attention to when Torna was announced. I just assumed it was around the same time that Octo Expansion was released.
yeah. Honestly, a lot of that stuff there was a lot of those DLCs for games during that
Yeah.
year. And I think Smash Bros was the main thing people took away from the direct when they revealed it, right? Because there was a lot of stuff that was revealed.
Yeah.
In that February in the E3 2018.
Yeah.
Direct, but a lot of people didn't really care about.
Yeah, I think they revealed Super Mario Party, Fire Emblem Three Houses, a few other things.
There was Torna. There was also Fortnite. There was.
Oh yeah, actually I remember the Torna reveal now. I thought I wasn't into Xenoblade at all back then. I thought it was Monster Hunter at first because I was not into Xenoblade then. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't into Xenoblade until Definitive Edition came out.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, I kind of completely just ignored it. I was just like, I'm waiting for Smash Bros. And that was pretty much it, right?
But anyways,
but obviously now I'm just like, wow, it's a pretty cool DLC thing.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now. I think Double Dash mods are pretty cool, and I think it's pretty underrated. So I hope they kind of go farther with that. I really want to see like some more tracks from Wii and DS. I think that would be pretty cool. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this stream. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.